Hello guys, hope you guys are doing well. This is the continuation class of built-in functions, class 4. In this session, let's start with Python hash function. Python hash function is used to get the hash value of an object. Python calculates the hash value by using the hash algorithm. The hash values are integers and used to compare dictionary keys during a dictionary lookup. We can hash only the types which are hashable types like bool, int, long, float, string, Unicode, tuple, code object, and the hash syntax is hash and object. What is an object? The object whose hash value is to be returned in integer, string, or float. That is object. Let's check this out in our example. Let's open a Jupyter and see this is a hash function, and we'll call a function, calling a function result is equal to hash 21. What is this? This is integer value. Result 2 is equal to hash 22.2. And this what this is? This is decimal value, right? And now we need to display result. Right, print result, print result 2. Let's execute this code. So what we have is 21 for integer. For decimals, what we have is hash value is this. Right. Let's move to next topic, that is Python help function. Python help function is used to get help related to the object passed during the call. It takes an optional parameter and returns help function. If no argument is given, it shows the Python help console. It internally calls Python help function. The syntax is help object. What is an object in help and parameter? You want to generate the help of the given object. How help works in Python? The help method is used for interactive use. It's recommended to try it in your interpreter when you need help to write Python program and use Python methods. Let's check this out in our interpreter. Now we need help for list. So we have L for the list, help on list object class list iterables, built-in mutable sequence. So you can see it here. We have bunch of information, right? So if you need help for dictionary, so we have help for help on the object, sorry, help on dictionary, class dictionary object dictionary, new empty dictionary mapping. So help on print. Let's check this out. See, printing. So this is the help function, built-in help function, what we have in there. Now, what will happen if string is passed as an argument? name of a module, function or class or method or keyword or documentation type, and a help pages is printed. Right. If string is passed as an argument, the given string is looked up as the name of a module, function, class, method, keyword or documentation type. Help page printed. If no argument is passed, the Python helps utility interactive help system starts on the console. Let's check this out without any argument. Without no argument, we'll type help and we'll see. So we have a welcome to Python 3.7 help utility. So here we can have a help. So we can type list. So we have a list, class list object, right? This is the way how it's gonna start. Then you can enter the name of the topic to get on writing programs and right. So to get this, you need to type QUIT and hit enter. That will be script. Right. Let's move on to next topic, minimum function. The Python minimum function is used to get the smallest element from the collection. This function takes two arguments. First is a collection of elements and second is key and returns the smallest element from the collection. Okay, let's try this with an example, minimum function. Calling function small is equal to minimum 2 to 5, comma 3 to 5, comma 2025, and it is smallest element. Small 2 is equal to minimum of 1000.25, comma 2020 of 35, comma 5654.33, comma 100041.12. Now displaying the result. Print small, print small 2. Let's execute this code. So we have 325 is small minimum and 1025 is small in this small 2. This is how minimum function is gonna be used. Now we look into maximum. The Python maximum function returns the largest item in an iterable. It can also be used to find the largest items between two or more parameters. The max function has two forms. The max iterable into iterable keys and default, or else the iterable and iterable such as list, shuffle, set, dictionary, etc. Iterable optional. Any number of iterables can be more than one. Keys is an optional key function where the iterables are passed and comparison is performed based on its return value. Default is an optional default value if the given iterable is empty. Let's check this out in our example. This is a max function. Number is equal to 2, 4, 3, 1, 6, 9. This is our number. Largest number is equal to max of number. Now print number is largest underscore number. Built-in function or method object is not subscribable. Largest number max. Okay, should have taken in round, round brackets. Now we have the largest number is 9. Now I'll add one more number, 17. Let's see what will happen. So largest number is 17. I'll add one more number, 17.1. See what will happen. The largest number is 17.1. So it fetches the max number. For example, if you don't have any number in here, see what will happen. So average is an empty sequence. It is take an empty sequence. So if you take 0, it will display 0. Right. Is it clear? Sorry. Now we were on sets. Okay. We have finished max and now move to set function. In Python, a set is a built-in class and this function is a constructor of this class. It is used to create a new set using elements passed during the call. It takes an iterable object as an argument and returns a new set object. The syntax of set is set iterable. Iterable is an optional. A sequence, slice, string, tuple, etc., or a collection, set, dictionary, etc., or an iterator object to be converted into a set. Return value from a set, what we can expect. An empty set if no parameters are passed. A set constructed from the given iterable parameter. Let's try this in our code. Note, we cannot create empty sets using syntax as it creates an empty directory. To create an empty set, we use set square bracket. Sorry, round brackets. Mm, Now, print set of nothing. What we have set from string print set of Python. So we have this from tuple print set of a e I o u. Now see what we'll have. We have this and from list print set of, we'll take same thing vowels. Now, what is the result? This is our result. Now we can try the range as well. Range, print, set of range of 5. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, note. Is it clear? Right. Let's move to hex function. Python hex function is used to generate hex value of an integer argument. It takes an integer argument and returns an integer converted into a hexadecimal string. In case we want to get a hexadecimal value of a float, then use float.hex function. The syntax of hex is hex of x. X is integer number. What is the return value of hex? The hex function converts an integer to the corresponding hexadecimal number in string form and returns it. The return hexadecimal string starts with prefix 0x, indicating it's in hexadecimal form. Now let's check this out with an example. Hex function. Number is equal to 435. Print number comma in hex is equal to comma hex number. Right. Let's try this. Uh, let's try this. So what we have 435 in x is 0x1p3. Now try with number is equal to 0 and print number comma in x is equal to comma x of number. Let's try this. In 0 x is equal to 0 into 0. We'll try the minus number. Copy this and paste it here. I'll take it minus 42. Let's try this. So what we have it here, right? So we'll try, we can type a return type is equal to type of x number. Let's print type from x is comma return type. Now let's execute this and see what will be the result. So return type for hex is class string. Right. We'll move on to next topic, that is id function. The id function returns the identity of an object. This is an integer which is guaranteed to be unique. This function takes an argument as an object and returns a unique integer number which represents identity. Two objects with non-overlapping lifetimes may have the same ID values. The syntax for ID is ID object. Okay, let's check this out in an example. Calling function. This is ID function. Now we'll call all in the function. Val is equal to id is Python programming string object. Val2 is equal to val2 is equal to id of 1200. This is an integer value, integer object. Val3 is equal to id of 25 336 comma 99 comma 235 comma 3225. So I'll close this, and this is a list object. And now we'll try to display the result. Now print val print val2 print val3, right? Let's print this out. So we have id of Python programming is this, and for number is this, for id is this. Every id will be unique id. Okay, let's move on to slice function. Python slice function is used to get a slice of elements from the collection of elements. Python provides two overloaded slice functions. The first function takes a single argument, while the second function takes three arguments and returns a slice object. This slice object can be used to get a subsection of the collection. And the syntax is slice start stop step. The slice parameters is start. It's an optional starting integer where the slice of the object starts. Default to none if not provided. Stop. Integer until which the slicing takes place. The slicing stops at index top 1 element. The slicing stops at index top -1 last element. Step optional. Integer value which determines the increment between each index of slicing. Default to none if not provided. Let's check this out with this example, which we have already discussed about this. Result 1 is equal to slice of 3. Print result 1. Slice none, 3, none, none. So we don't have start, stop, step. Start, stop, step. Slice start is none, stop is 3, step none. So anyway, it's going to stop at 3. That's the reason we have that, right? Result 2 equal to slice of 1 comma 5 comma 2. Start, stop, step. Start, stop, step. Remember this, right? And here print slice 1 comma 5 comma 2. Let's see. So we have slice 1 comma 5 comma 2. Right. Let's check. Okay, let's try with another example. This will help you out to understand. Now, start is equal to -1, stop is equal to -4, step is equal to -1. Content indices -1, comma -2, and -3. Slice object is equal to slice -1, comma -4, comma -1, because we have start, stop, step. Now we'll print py underscore string slice underscore object. Py, I forgot to mention this, string is equal to Python. Let's execute this. Let's see what we have here. The str object not callable. We print py slice object. Py string slice underscore. Alright. So I have to take this in square bracket rather than round brackets. Control V. Right. Now I'll execute this. So we have NOH, NOH, NOH. We have in minus. Start with -1, started with -1, and stop at 4, and step is 1. So NOH. So if you go for step 2, see what we'll have N and H, because it stopped at 4. So in that, it's taken 2 steps. So it recognized H, N. Right. Hope this is clear for you guys. Now we have sort. We have what we have. Where were we? Slice. Okay. Sorted. We go for next function. Right. Okay. Next function. Python next function is used to fetch next item from the collection. It takes two arguments, that is an integer and a default value, and returns an element. This method calls on iterator and throws an error if no item is present. To avoid the error, we can set a default value. The syntax for is next iterator default. Iterator retrieves next item from the iterator. Default is an optional. This value is returned if the iterator is exhausted. There is no next item. Let's check out with this an example so that you can understand easily. Next function. Number is equal to iter 256, comma 32, comma 82. creating iterator function. Item is equal to next number, displaying and print item. Let's print this out. So we have number iterator, next number is, and if you print next, right, we have 256 print item. Now we have next second item is equal to next number print item. We have 32. So again, if you copy and paste over here, we have different number, 82. See, this is the way how it's gonna work. Is it clear with next? Right. Now we have a Python input function. Python input function is used to get an input from the user. Input from the user. It prompts for the user input and reads a line. After reading data, it converts it into a string and returns it. It throws an error, EOF error. If EOF is read, right? Now the syntax for input is input prompt. Prompt option, a string that is written to standard output, usually screen without trailing new line. Return value for input. The input method reads a line from input, usually user, converts the line into a string by removing the trailing new line and returns it. Let's check out how input works in Python. Input string, input print. The input string is whatever the user has been entered, is input string, right? Okay, we have, right, enter. The inputted string is Python programming by Amir. Whatever input value has been entered by the user, it will be inputted. Here, after colon, I have taken a space. The reason why is it will give the space. If I won't take any space, so what will happen? You can see. So we don't have a much space by default. We have one space, right? So we'll try with one more example so that you guys can understand. Get input from user with a prompt. Get input from user with a prompt, right? Previous one was without a prompt. Input string is equal to input, enter your name, print string is input string. Let's execute this. Enter your name, enter. Now you have the inputted string is, right. This is the how input string works. These are the basic things when you practice it, you can practice in a different ways so that you get more used to it and you'll be mastery level. Alright guys, this is the end of this session. Hope you guys had good fun with this. And if you have any doubts, feel free to email me. Thank you. Bye.